Hi, my name is Nicole, and I've had an abortion. This week, every week, we've been doing the client services update for the Chicago Abortion Fund. And so, for the month of April, we've funded 28 women. We've given out $8,000 in funding. 80% of those women were African American women, 18% Hispanic, 2% white, 80% of the women were homeless, all were uninsured or on Medicaid with multiple children, and the average number of weeks that the women were pregnant was 17 weeks. And so, my thoughts on that is this is exactly the reason why services like the Chicago Abortion Fund needs to be around, because of the women that we serve. Obviously, it is a need for the service of abortion, and it is a need for it to be funded because everyone can't afford the procedure. It's a very high cost. And I know when I had one, it was high cost and it was difficult for me. And I was once one of those women on the other end of the line calling Chicago Abortion Fund saying, "Can you please help me?" So this is a prime example why. So moving on, this past Saturday, the Chicago Abortion Fund and some other organizations, I'm pretty sure people have heard about the billboards that have been posted up by Life Always, anti-abortion billboards. There's one on 58th and State Street with a picture of the president that says that every 21 minutes our next leader is aborted. And we and a lot of other people find these billboards very offensive. And so this Saturday we had a resource fair where we handed out birth control information, and we cleaned up the lot over there because they just came in and they just posted these billboards next to this empty lot. It didn't have anything there but trash, and I guess this was their form of outreach to the community to let them know that they feel like abortion is wrong. But you know, how can you just come and put these billboards up and that's just it? That's just it. You put it up to the next empty lot. The lot is dirty. That's not reaching out to the community. So we cleaned up the lot. We passed out information. We talked to some of the local store owners, the churches, and things like that. And we found out that people felt, for the majority, the same way that we felt about these billboards being posted. And this isn't the first time that they've posted these billboards. They posted one in New York that said the most dangerous place for African American is the womb. They placed one in Atlanta that said black babies are an endangered species. And they've been targeting minority neighborhoods mostly, so they're making the message clear of who they want, I guess, who they want to stop getting abortions. And this is just really a disgrace to me. The message that they're sending, you know, you have to look at the reason behind why women get abortions. You know, a lot of these women in these neighborhoods, they don't have access to the things that they need, like low-cost birth control and, you know, condoms, and they don't have, you know, the access that they need to live a healthy life and to be in a position where they might not even need the procedure. So I just want to encourage people to call in and give your thoughts on what you think about the billboards, because I think that they should have never been placed where they're being placed. And I feel like if you're going to place billboards like that, don't just target one race. Don't play the race card. If you think abortion is wrong, okay, that's fine. That's what you think. But don't target African American people, or don't just target Hispanic people, or don't just target low income people. if that's what you feel is wrong, then you need to get the message across to everyone. I mean, I haven't seen any of these billboards in Hyde Park. I haven't seen any of these billboards in Bronzeville. I haven't seen any of these billboards downtown. So, I mean, what are you trying to say? So, if you want to call in and get some information about the Chicago Abortion Fund, or you need funding, or you know someone who needs help or anything, you can give us a call at 312-663-0338. Or you can go to the website at ChicagoAbortionFund.com. And so, like I was saying, these billboards are just really an issue for me, and it really shines a light on why organizations like the Chicago Abortion Fund need to be around. I mean, we do community outreach. We're trying to educate and inform young women like ourselves and get the message out to the community about reproductive rights and reproductive justice. A lot of women, they don't know their rights. They don't know that they're entitled to access to birth control information. They don't even know where to get it from. And it's like I always said, in the African American community, abortion is not a highly talked about subject. Sex is not a highly talked about subject. I tell anyone, any day, the conversation in my house about sex was, don't do it. If you do it, you're going to get pregnant, and that's just it. Just don't do it. And to me, I felt like, okay, you're telling me don't do it, but you're not really telling me why. You're telling me, okay, I'm going to get pregnant. Okay, that's it. And getting pregnant, as we know, is not the worst thing that you can get from having sex. There's STDs and diseases and all kind of other things that need to be talked about. And so that's one of our missions at the Chicago Abortion Fund. We educate and we inform the community about their reproductive rights. We go around and we have forums on STD training, birth control, what is reproductive justice, the Hyde Amendment, and just inform these people of information that everyone should know, every woman should know. Looks like we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, and great show. Do you think that it takes somebody having an experience, or at least knowing somebody who's had an experience regarding abortion, to understand what it really is like for people to go through? I'm just saying this in regards to some of those billboards. I don't know if everybody really understands the reality of some of these things.
Thank you for calling. I would definitely say that you do understand more if you have had an abortion, or if you know someone who has had an abortion, because you get to see firsthand what they're going through, the process. And abortion is not an easy choice for any woman to make. I know it was not an easy choice for me to make, but it was something that I felt like I needed to do at that point in time in my life that would benefit me in the best way possible. Because at the end of the day, whether I choose to come to terms with my pregnancy or I choose to terminate my pregnancy, I'm the one that's left affected at the end of the day. And I think that these billboards are just adding to the shame and the guilt of women that have had abortions, and the stigma that abortion is a taboo. Abortion is